Rising, everybody. I know you guys haven't really seen me a lot lately, especially when it comes to the short collective messages. But as I always tell you guys, whenever I am involved in certain workings and things like that, you guys may not see me, on live and stuff like that. But today I am going live, and today I do have a short collective message for you guys, right? And I don't have any cards with me right now, but maybe we'll pull some cards. Who knows, right? But you need to know that the sacrifices that you are making, is going to pay off. Again, the sacrifices that you are making is going to pay off, right? Sometimes, well, I'm hearing like lame. Maybe somebody thinks that they're lame or something like that if they don't go out, or if they don't do this, or if they don't do that. Like if they just have their heads in the books, if they're just, marking off things on the to-do list, or on, the planner, or within the planner, right? You want to go out and you want to people, right? You want to party, you want to hang out with your friends, you want to do this, you want to do that. But long term, we have to think long term here, right? And spirit is telling you, like, long term, you have to know that the sacrifices will pay off, right? Don't get so caught up in the now that you forget to live for later, or that you forget that you have like this long life ahead of you, right? You're not going to be 20 something forever, right? Mommy's not going to always be here forever. Daddy's not going to always be here forever. Whoever's taking care of you, they're not always going to be here forever. And so we have to make sure that we are making the right choices, the right decisions, those decisions that are conducive for us, conducive for our bloodline, right? We have to make sure that we're actually out here putting in the footwork and doing the things that we said that we were going to do, and those things that we know we need to do in order to get to that next level, or in order to, actually create the life that we want to live, right? Whether that is, you having some sort of financial abundance, whether it is you, just having a stable career, or whatever the case may be. Okay, we have to make sure that we are doing the things that we need to do, right? Making those sacrifices, because again, the sacrifices will pay off. Okay, I'm seeing the Six of Sticks in my third eye right now. Okay, you will be victorious, you will be successful, right? You are a leader, and you are meant to forge your own path. And I know that it gets complicated and it gets tough, because a lot of us, or at least the collective that I'm talking to right now, right? A lot of us didn't have that example, right? Like, some of us, we don't understand financial literacy, right? We got credit cards when we were younger, some of us, right? And we fucked up the limits. You get what I'm saying? Like, or maybe even our parents had things in, in our names, had their bills in our names, whatever the case may be. So there are certain things that you may have not been taught, right? That you are learning on your own. And yes, it takes a longer time when you're learning it on your own, right? We completely get that. But stay the course, right? It's okay to learn it on your own. We know that is a lot of our realities here, okay? But learn it now and teach your children, sooner, right? A lot of you guys are the first business owners, right? A lot of you guys are the first healers. A lot of you guys are the first ones that want to kind of tap out of the matrix, if you will, right? And tapping back into yourselves. A lot of you guys are the first ones that will buy a home or buy a car, or, have a 700, 800 credit score, like, and so there's going to be lessons, right, that you have to learn on your own. And there's going to be a lot of paths that you are just now forging, or that is just now being forged for your lineage through you. And when we speak about generational curses being broke and things like that, those are the curses that we're speaking about, those economic injustices, and things like that, right? The credit, the home buying, the not having a two-parent household, these are all generational curses as well, right? And so again, it's not going to be easy for you because you didn't have that example. So be easy on yourself, but also know that you are now forging this path. You are now the torch holder or the torch bearer, right? And so make those sacrifices that you need to make, right? Because again, you aren't just doing it for yourself, right? Even though, that's who we want to be doing it for, right? But you're doing it for your lineage. You're doing it for your bloodline. You're doing it for your children, right? Everything that we do trickles down to our kids, right? Whether it is favorable or what we like to deem unfavorable, right? These are the generational blockages, the generational curses, and even the generational upbringings, right? Everything that we do, it trickles down and it affects our bloodline in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so make the sacrifices, my loves. Make the sacrifices. And don't worry about who thinks you're cool. Don't worry about if you're missing out on anything, because I promise you, you're not, right? There's absolutely nothing out there but chaos, destruction. No, but seriously, so head in the books, my babies. Okay, get those degrees, get those certifications, and hey, maybe that's not even your path, getting a degree or certification, okay? And that's fine too. But so whatever your soul calling is, right? Whatever that thing is, whatever that gift is, whatever you are producing and putting out here into the universe, just make sure that you work hard on it. Make sure that you become a master at that. You master those skills. Make sure that you get out here and you do your big one, right? And don't take no for an answer, right? We were talking about this the other day. Some doors aren't going to be easily opened, right? For a lot of you guys, you are the first person in your lineage, right, that is going to try to open that door, right? So there may be some guards that is starting out, right? But you're going to have to trailblaze, right? You're going to have to trailblaze. Sometimes you're going to have to knock down those doors, right? But do what you know you need to do, okay? And again, be resilient just like your ancestors, okay? Y'all say we like to say we are our ancestors. Well, make a move like your ancestors, because I'm trying to tell you, one thing they did not do was take no for an answer, right? They knew that reading and writing and things like that will get them beat, hung, you know, killed, but they wanted the education so bad. They wanted things so bad that they were willing to risk their life for it. Right? And that was a sacrifice that they were willing to make, but they knew in order for my bloodline to thrive, these are the things that I'm going to need to know how to do, right? And they did it. Okay, so when we say things like I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, make sure that you are truly embodying that in its whole essence, right? And not just saying it because it sounds good, okay? Now, guys, if you guys would like to book me for your very own personal reading, you guys can do that. My website is in the bio, Divine Ascension with Isis.square.site. I do accept Afterpay. You guys can book rituals, get your ritual kits, get your protective amulets, all of those things from me. I love you guys so very much. Be blessed.